Hello, I'm Jessica Suarez, and today I want to talk to you about how important unstructured play is for children, but adults as well. We sometimes forget these things, and so I just want to remind you. Do you remember when you were a kid and you told your parents that you were bored? What did they say to you? They said, go outside and play, right? There are so many TV shows now and video games, and kids just sit in front of a screen so much more than being outside or playing with silly putty or just being kids. Kids learn from play through just using their imaginations. You know, when you're outside and you're actually playing cops and robbers, or you're digging holes and looking for treasure, you kind of learn about life through figuring things out. So digging your hole, all of a sudden you're kind of like, wait, I need this much pressure to get into the ground. I need to do this or do that. And so it's really important for children so they develop mentally as they get older. Play in its purest form is open-ended, exploratory, and unbound by given rules. It is at once pure science, pure imagination, and pure art. It needs no instruction, no enticements, no rewards, and no punishment. Play is directed toward a premeditated result, though it often leads to outstanding results. That's from a book called The ABCs of Education. I actually got it from one of my classes. Kids that sit in front of a classroom, in front of a screen for about 4 hours a day. And these children tend to be less physically fit, less socially skilled, less imaginative, and less capable of meeting academic demands. And when I talk about play, as good as sports are, and playing music and things like that, I'm talking about purely just no rules, just outside playing. Kids also have a tendency of having over-structured lives with adult-oriented, you know, my mom scheduled me to do this today, my mom scheduled me to do that today, but there's no actual time for them to just be free. And as important as this is with kids, we as adults completely forget that it is good for ourselves to go outside and play. Go play Frisbee, go just be in the park and be barefoot. And if you have children in your lives, or you know, a niece or nephew, children of any, you know, your own, play with them. You might learn something that you forgot or you didn't know. As far as adults go, we sort of come home after a long day and just veg out in front of a TV, again, or computer or internet. While at work, it's good to take brain breaks and have something like Play-Doh sitting there. And if you can stop for 5 minutes and play with that, relaxes your mind for a little while. It chills you out. And so, just as self-discovery and exploration is with children, it's the same way for adults. Plato has said once upon a time, you can discover more about people in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. Play with adults, you know, playing a board game or something like that. If you've ever noticed, that's when you tend to kind of get to know that person better, rather than just sitting there and talking to someone. Or, you know, all of a sudden you see the kid come out in you when you're outside throwing a ball around or playing Frisbee with adults. It's a great way to connect with others professionally and personally. So, you know, all those cheesy campouts for a week at work, those things are fun, those things are important, and we just have a tendency to completely forget. Having talked to you about why play is important for adults and children, I just have one more thing to say. Get outside. Really, it's good for the soul, it's good for your heart, it's good for your head. If you don't have children in your life, it shouldn't stop you from playing with the Play-Doh that I gave you, or just going and swinging on the swings at the playground in the middle of the night with your other friends and remembering what it's like to experience that exhilarating motion of just swinging and really thinking about what it means to swing and how you're getting yourself there. Basically, get some sidewalk chalk, some paint, go get a ball, make a fort in your bedroom, You know, you all made pillow forts. Everyone's done it. And basically, go fly a kite. And so with that, I hope that I have perhaps convinced you guys to go outside and play. Thank you. And I really do have these just kicking in my house.